LeBron James is eligible for a 2-year, $97 million contract extension with the Los Angeles Lakers, with 1 year remaining this 22-23 season coming up, and LeBron James has some deciding to do. Now, are the Los Angeles Lakers the right team for him to continue his career for the next 3 years? I believe not. The Los Angeles Lakers have already spent all their assets in that 2020 championship, and now all they have is really Anthony Davis, no picks at all until 2027, and a very lack of young players. Now, LeBron James, I think we all know what this time has come. Perfect timing, because next season the Cleveland Cavaliers, yes, the Cleveland Cavaliers have a max spot. Yes, they have the cap space to bring in LeBron James to come home for part 2. Yes, I believe LeBron James to the Cleveland Cavaliers is the perfect opportunity for him to compete for more championships. I think that team, when I look at it, I see LeBron James would fit there in that small forward position almost perfectly. Now let's take a look at this Cleveland Cavalier team and how LeBron James could come in and impact the squad. Well, at point guard, you got Darius Garland, the young phenom, all-star. Shooting guard, Caris LeVert, a walking 20 points a game and a good defender. LeBron James would go in and play small forward. Then you got Evan Mobley, who should have won Rookie of the Year, who's a star in the making. Could learn a lot from LeBron as well. And then at center, who else but Jared Allen, the all-star? Amazing defender, paint protector, can dunk on you. He's a beast. Now, on the bench, you got Lauri Markkanen. Then Kevin Love, his contract will run out. That's why they have space for the max. I think they could come in and bring him in. Friendly team deal. Come in with this boy LeBron and play. Ricky Rubio as well. We don't really know what's going on with Colin Sexton. Do they extend him and he comes in and plays off the bench? It's a stacked team. I'm looking at this squad and I'm like, wow, this is a championship team. Adding LeBron James would just make this team the favorites in the East. 100%. They would give Milwaukee a run for their money. I think they beat the Sixers. The Celtics wouldn't be able to compete. Nobody would be able to stop the Cleveland Cavaliers, and LeBron James could possibly come out and win multiple championships with this squad. It's a young squad that fits perfectly with LeBron James because it's filled with guys who can shoot, who can defend, and play make. LeBron James loves that. Absolutely loves that. He's got his second option. He's got his third option. He even got a solid fourth option. I believe this is a perfect opportunity for LeBron James to come into a team, a young, hungry team that wants to win and get championships, get more accolades, and then this would help him for his case for the GOAT and would really solidify himself to becoming the greatest player of all time for those people who don't believe he is. Because in my opinion, obviously, you might think, oh, it's biased. He's a Cleveland Cavalier fan. Well, yeah, LeBron James is the greatest player of all time, but this would really help him, solidify himself as the greatest player of all time to the people who do not believe in LeBron James being the GOAT. And honestly, I don't see how this goes wrong. This is a great team right now with JB Bickerstaff coming in and doing an exceptional job with this young squad, helping them learn, helping them win, giving them a little bit of playoff experience. I know some people are going to be like, the play-in doesn't really count. Well, honestly, in my opinion, the play-in is a dumb idea. Yes, you heard me. I think the Cleveland Cavaliers were the 8th seed and should have played a series against the Miami Heat, and they would have gave them a run for the money. A lot better than what the Atlanta Hawks did, and that was a friendly sweep. The Cavaliers are a better team. It was one game, and then they still were battling injuries. And honestly, this team is just going to grow and be better. And I think LeBron James coming in and leading this young team that doesn't quite have that leader yet. Kevin Love was kind of that leader of the team, had the most experience, won a championship. But I really believe you add LeBron James, the guy who doesn't age. Father Time doesn't know who LeBron James is. He's still looking for him. He's still trying to catch up to him. I believe LeBron James could really compete in his 40s. In his 40s. You're hearing me right. I think LeBron James couldn't compete for championships until in his 40s, and he will end up playing with his kids, in my opinion. But let's stay on topic. By him coming to the Cavaliers, he gives himself the best chance to win. The Los Angeles Lakers have already spent all their assets. They've already given everything to LeBron James. He won a championship with them, so it's not like he disappointed. He gave them the success. They haven't won a chip since, 2010? I'm telling you right now, he's done his job. It's time to leave. Come back home. Part 2. I'm all in for it, LeBron. Now, the Lakers, they are going to be really bad after LeBron leaves. I think they should just cash in on Anthony Davis. He's a guy who doesn't stay healthy. I would trade him if LeBron were to leave. Get the most assets possible. Try to get your picks back because you are going to be the worst team in the league for a long time. You have absolutely no reason to even tank because you don't even have your draft picks. So the Lakers are going to be in a very odd position. And we'll see what happens. They still have that Los Angeles kind of drive that helps them in free agency. People are going to want that weather. So people will still want to play for the Lakers. But, they are going to be in a really bad position, with the lack of assets that they got. They can't tank. No young players. It'll be a very odd position. And I want to see what happens to the Lakers after LeBron James and Anthony Davis are gone. So anyways, leave a comment down below if you think LeBron James to the Cavaliers makes sense, or should he just take the money and say, you know what, I'm here to stay, Los Angeles. But, like and subscribe for more videos like this, and thank you guys for watching.